Happy President's Day, Security Clearance News viewers. In honor of President's Day, I thought I'd give you a little insight on presidents and security clearances. It's a question that comes up frequently at clearancejobs.com. Came up a lot in 2016 with folks asking if Donald Trump was eligible for a security clearance due to his foreign influence concerns, if Hillary Clinton was eligible for a security clearance due to her misuse of IT systems concerns. In either case, it was a moot point. When you elect a president to the White House, you are giving them access to classified information. And in fact, eligibility for classified information is born out of executive order. The president is really the big kahuna when it comes to access to classified information. There are very few categories of information that the president does not have access to. And then when it comes to all elected officials, members of Congress, folks in serving in intelligence committees who are elected to office and might have access to classified information, again, they do not go through the same background investigation process that you or I would go through. Their eligibility is granted through executive order. This also comes up now because questions have come up. Joe Biden has gone out and said that he's not sure if he will allow Donald Trump continued access to classified information or classified briefings. That is within his purview. As the president, he establishes the eligibility guidelines and criteria. He can remove people from access to classified information. He can basically read in whoever he wants to get access to classified information. The other way this comes up is in the wake of the January 6th riots, we've seen a lot of congressional activity around basically cracking down on QAnon participation, what folks are doing online and on social media. There was a member of Congress in Florida who proposed new legislation that would change the SF 86 to require people to list if they had ever attended a Stop the Steal rally or participated in a QAnon forum. I don't know where that came from. I don't see that happening, and that's not really the legislative role that exists in the clearance process. I've seen other members of Congress actually do kind of finesse the system in a way that I could see happening, writing a letter to the Biden administration as well as to the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, and ODNI, and asking them to kind of update policies and start looking into social media accounts of folks who are applying or who have access to classified information, and also making it a part of like the military onboarding and selection process. SEAD 5 has been around for a while and actually allows ODNI and allows background investigators to look into social media accounts. ODNI has been pretty upfront saying that they are not currently doing that. It's a policy and process bridge too far, basically, to be able to root out what's accurate and what isn't. And I think they can generally feel like they get the information they didn't need related to, a person's eligibility using the current process. But again, with this push, and especially if Congress continues to push, and then it would have to originate, and I think in my mind from the White House saying, hey, SEAD 5, we're going to start checking social media accounts for every security clearance applicant, and how does that look? But the good news is if you're concerned about kind of folks with access to classified information being a part of these events, there are adjudicated guidelines that already address this. So we've talked about this in our weekly updates. Allegiance to the United States and criminal activity are going to catch folks really, and ideally should. So if you were a part of the Capitol Hill riots and you did anything illegal and you were arrested in conjunction with that, criminal conduct adjudicated guideline is going to get you. If you posted things online about wanting to overthrow the government or not trusting, the U.S. government systems or things like that, the allegiance to the United States adjudicative criteria would already catch you there. And they are releasing new guidance, and we'll probably be talking about this more on Clearance Jobs in the next couple weeks about self-reporting guidelines. So the implementation of that really means that if you're posting stuff and it's making your coworkers nervous, they have requirements actually to report that on you. And so that might help the government in terms of this, social media and reporting and how to do that. Well, if you're posting things and your coworkers or folks that have reporting requirements see that, having a process where they can let the government know is probably going to help out with all of that. So happy President's Day. The president is important when it comes to security clearance policy. They established the policy, they established the procedures, and if we see changes kind of in response to the January 6th riots. It's going to be coming through probably executive order or White House push through ODNI, OPM, and DCSA. So for more on presence and security clearance eligibility guidelines, and all of that fun stuff, visit us at clearancejobs.com.